I'm going to try to record this for you. All right, so once you have the maxilla stitched with the DICOM data, see this little middle part right here? I'm going to zoom in. See the little middle part? That'll move all those data coordinates right now. So right now it's shaped for your mandible. You got to bring this in to get it for the maxilla. So you get it about mid area and then just start moving these points and this will alter the panorex. And so for the upper, I usually go back here because that's your pterygoid plates. You can just move this in by the extra tuberosity, and you can kind of see where the pterygoid is right there. That's the medial wall of the pterygoid, and lateral wall of the pterygoid. She actually has beautiful pterygoids. Should be a great candidate for those implants. Anyway, all right, so that's kind of like your outline. You can move these things out, and it'll just get a better view. Watch, I'll show you what that looks like. So this is that, and if you open this up, you just get more information in here. All right, so what we need to do now is just wax this up. So I'll go into Implant Planning, and I'll change it from normal screen to advanced screen. All right, and then under surfaces, so you need to go to View, Panels, and you don't have surfaces. So once you click on this, it'll throw it on this side. You don't need the DICOM data anymore, so you can get rid of that. And we'll just work with this STL. It's a really nice scan. Whoever did a good job. So you want to import a tooth. So click on the tooth. Click on tooth number 12, right? And then you've added the tooth. So you'll wax it up. All right. There's a couple different nodes. This goes mesial distally, right? See the expansion? I'm sorry, buccolingually. And then you can also, I'm going to change the translucency of this so you can see those nodes a little bit better. And that goes mesial distally. Rotate it a little bit. And then it looks close to that other tooth. I want to get this a little bit bigger. A little bit taller. Whoop. All right. So that's good. Decent. All right, now we're going to go to the implant plan position. So add an implant would be right here. And we're going to go down to MegaGen AnyRidge. Yeah, you're not running the newest version. Nope, there it is. MegaGen. And we'll do AnyRidge. 4.0 diameter for bicuspid, 11 millimeter in length. Okay. I usually click on either this view or that view up here, and I'll rotate this around. And I'll just align it with the roots of the adjacent teeth. So this is a really good view. I like this viewer. And this tangential, and then just rotate it with the scroll of my mouse. You see how it's coming out the middle of this tooth, but I'll probably scoot it a little bit more to get it away from the buccal plate because you need it 1.5 millimeters away from buccal plate, and it's 1.5 there, but it looks a little thin right there. So I'll move it like this to get it away. Bring it in. That's better. More better. Now the palatal bone's a lot stronger, so it'll resist a little bit. You can even make this implant longer if you want to. Click on the implant. Replace. I selected a 4.4. So this is a 4.0 by 15. Yeah, great. Plenty of bone. This should be a slam dunk case. And then all you need to do is on that implant, you need to click on the guide tube. And if you want pilot drill, like you said, you would click up here and go to pilot kit and scroll down here and change this value to 2. All right, and you don't really need the tooth for the guide. You have to make sure it's not impinging anywhere. It looks like you're good. So now you got to go to guide panel. You want to create a maxillary guide on this STL, and you're going to draw your curve. So for this, you have to hold down your shift key. And you basically click in the shift key and hold it down, and then it'll draw it out. Now, if you stop in the middle of it because you couldn't rotate it all the way around, you can come back to that last node that's green. That's your start point. That's your end point. Click on it, hold the shift key down, and you can expand it more. Something like that. And go back and edit this in a second. And then you just got to connect these two nodes. And once you do, it's done. Sometimes people want to create windows for their guides. So what you should do is, just to make sure it's seated, you want to right click, add a window. And then you just have to change what it looks like. Like so. All right, that looks about right. Just need to make sure I have enough thickness around it. So this will give you a visual here to see if it's seated, a visual here to see if it's seated, and you won't be able to see it that well back there. So if you're happy with it, you just say create surgical guide. And those are standard offsets for drivers. And this is so it's a 2.1 millimeter inner diameter, so your 2 millimeter drill should be good for that. This takes a minute to finish. And you're done. All right, so you can see a little window there. There's your surgical guide. It's a little late to make any more changes to the guide, but otherwise you'd have to, if you don't like it, you can just click off of it, go back in the guide panel, and then say draw curve. It'll give you back your curve, and you can change these if you want to. Show window. Create surgical guide. I think that last one was a little too thick. It automatically sets off, like if you go into settings for this, which I can't go right now because it's a fabricating guide. But if you go under settings for it, so the offset's a 3 millimeter thickness guide, and it cuts off undercuts, which is really what you want. That's better. I like this one better. So if you go to settings and guide panel, here it is. No. Yep, here we go. All right, so 3 millimeter thickness offset for your guide. So the thickness of this yellow guide is 3 millimeters, right? And it's going to block off undercuts. Let's see. I thought I was in here. Remove undercuts. So this should seat passive on the teeth without binding. So all you got to do is export this data. Also lock your implant if you don't want it to rotate. So to export data, you're going to go File, Export. You're going to remove the implant, remove the guide tube. You're going to remove the upper jaw, and you're only exporting the guide with windows, the yellow one. So you can click on that. It'll export. You'll then do your thing after that. Hope this helps you design your next surgical guide. And good luck in this case, man. Should be pretty easy. Also, make sure you always save your work just in case it crashes.